where do you see, like, as we look at like the end in mind, do you see things like an online sales on Arro and stuff like that? I mean, I know we talked about bigger things with Arro, but do you think a thing where someone could shop on the Arro social network and use their tokens to buy items?
That certainly is the long range potential, right? And the reason why we have to say potential is because it needs to be a utility token. As part of a utility token, it needs to be defined what that entity is that you're using as your utility, and not just a security.
Yeah.
So what we've also seen in the crypto world is that several of these are, easily defined as a security. Libra, for example, for Facebook, it's got security written all over it, right? Everything about it is cash and securities and another mechanism besides the US dollar. If you don't define your utility, then you are just a cryptocurrency. Our utility is defined in the value within the network, the ability to view your video, or for an advertiser to buy a video. So our utility becomes the purchase value of the videos and the corresponding response. Now that defines the utility, and then the next mechanism is to get value to the community that it's using. And we are teaming with XBOS now, which is a component of PundiX, and they're out of Singapore, where you can actually trade cryptocurrencies for the fiat, the big word that basically is US dollars, or any currency owned by a nation.
What everybody else in the world knows as
right.
cash.
Yeah, it's cash, right? And so the acronym is fiat, and then that's FIAT, something like that. And so that's any currency that you're utilizing within the jurisdiction or country that you want to exchange it to. And so what the XPOS allows is cryptocurrencies as Bitcoin or Ethereum can be exchanged for the fiat value of the country that you're doing business in. So then you can actually buy a product with the cryptocurrency that you're holding.
Yeah, goods and services can be traded.
Goods and services, right. Yeah. So the U.S. works on a barter system, and it's defined in our Constitution, it's defined by our tax laws, and then you are responsible for defining the value of that barter within your tax system. So we are a barter system, and because of being in that barter system, you can barter for anything that you determine is valuable to you. And so then XBOS allows that mechanism to, quote, barter for a product of the cryptocurrencies that are listed on their system. And so they have a mechanism to be able to list your cryptocurrency on their XBOT system and exchange that for products and barter that for other fiat values that are defined on their system. So that XBOT system becomes a mechanism to exchange that value for a defined barter system within the jurisdiction that you're working on. And so that's long-term ideas to be able to bring value to the users of Arro. And then we're also working on defining exchanges. There's lots of free exchanges. There's lots of exchanges that you can pay for. There's other ones that have then a curation process to get through to be selected and defined. And we'll play by all those rules, right? Whatever they are, we'll go with the free approaches, or we'll pay a little bit as an international company to define the cryptocurrencies on those systems. Once we make sure we're playing in the right jurisdictions and following the right rules. So the long-term goal is to define ourselves on those exchanges and work with PundiX and the XPOS to bring value to the community.
So that was another interview with Arro Social's founder and CEO, Phil Simpkins. For your opportunity to get your fair share and to find out everything latest as we get closer to the launch of the Arro Social app, hey, make sure you subscribe and follow us on Twitter at Real Arro Social or at Arro Social on Instagram and Facebook. See you there.